When a woman starts saying certain things, the relationship is already dying. You just don't see the corpse yet because she doesn't leave when she packs her bags. She leaves the precise moment she stops respecting you. And before she physically walks away, she always drops breadcrumbs through her language. Subtle verbal shifts that telegraph she's emotionally gone, even while she's still sleeping next to you. You're lying in bed at night, she's scrolling on her phone. The distance between you isn't measured in physical inches, but in the glacial coldness of her tone when she finally speaks. This isn't about cultivating hatred or drowning in bitterness. This is about achieving brutal clarity, because the fastest way to psychologically destroy yourself as a man is to deliberately ignore what she's actually communicating to you. To rationalize away the glaring warnings your gut recognizes, to convince yourself through pure wishful thinking that things will somehow improve when every piece of evidence screams they're deteriorating. Most men keep arguing desperately, begging pathetically, trying to prove their worth through increasingly humiliating displays, while the woman has already emotionally checked out entirely. She's already made her decision, she's already planned her exit. She's just strategically waiting for the right moment to execute it. When she starts comparing you to other men, understand that the relationship has already entered terminal decline. Not because you're fundamentally inadequate as a human being, not because you're objectively failing at everything, but because she has completely stopped seeing you through the lens of admiration, respect, and attraction, and has started viewing you exclusively through the distorted filter of disappointment and contempt. Comparison is the native language of discontent. It's the verbal manifestation of checked-out investment, and once she begins casually dropping phrases like "other men treat their women so much better," or "why can't you be more like him," she's not attempting to help you grow into a better version of yourself. She's systematically trying to make you compete for her approval. She's deliberately repositioning the entire power dynamic, so you're constantly, exhaustingly proving yourself worthy of her continued presence. But here's the foundational truth that cuts to the bone. A woman who's genuinely emotionally invested in you, who respects you, who sees you as her man, doesn't compare you to anyone. She compliments you. She celebrates your unique qualities. She may occasionally correct you when genuinely necessary, but she'll execute that correction with love, with care, with the clear intent to build you up rather than tear you down. She won't humiliate you publicly or privately. The precise moment she starts measuring you against another man's standards, another man's achievements, another man's behaviour, she's already emotionally investing elsewhere. Her attention has shifted. She's actively looking around, scanning the environment for options, deliberately planting seeds of dissatisfaction in her own mind so she can later justify whatever move she's planning. And this is where most men catastrophically mess everything up. They start proving. They start desperately chasing her validation like abandoned children seeking approval from a withholding parent, trying to do better, trying to demonstrate they can transform into whoever she wants them to be. But brother, the precise moment you start competing with other men for your own woman's approval, you've already fundamentally lost frame. You've surrendered your masculine authority. You've communicated that her opinion of you matters more than your opinion of yourself. If you love me, do this. That single sentence, right there, represents emotional blackmail disguised as affection. She's not asking respectfully. She's not making a genuine request. She's testing how far you're willing to bend, how much you're willing to sacrifice, how low you're willing to debase yourself just to keep her from leaving. Weak men hear this manipulative phrase and think maybe she just needs reassurance right now. But a psychologically aware man hears it and immediately recognizes this isn't love. This is leverage. This is control and dominance masquerading as vulnerability. Because the exact moment love becomes conditional, when it becomes transactional, it fundamentally stops being love. It transforms into a business arrangement. A contract with constantly shifting terms. If you love me, buy this expensive thing I want. If you love me, cancel your plans with your friends. If you love me, prove it through material sacrifice and self-negation. No. Authentic love doesn't need constant proof through sacrifice. It needs peace, consistency, genuine presence, And here's the psychological trap most men fall directly into. Once you give in to this manipulation even once, it never ends. The more you give, the more she'll expect. The more you sacrifice, the more she'll demand. The goalposts perpetually move. A woman who genuinely loves you won't test your commitment through demands and ultimatums. She won't hold affection hostage until you comply. She'll test commitment through consistency over time, through how emotionally safe you make her feel, not through how much material value she can extract from your wallet and effort. She won't say, if you love me, do this. She'll say, I love you even when you can't do everything I want, even when you're struggling financially, even when you're imperfect and flawed. What have you done for me since we started? This particular phrase is uniquely painful because on the surface it sounds almost innocent, like a woman simply asking for appreciation or acknowledgement of effort. But underneath that surface level question lies a scoreboard, a running tally, a purely transactional mindset. An authentic love was never supposed to be a competition with winners and losers. When she starts saying things like, you don't do anything meaningful for me, or what have you actually done since day one, she's not expressing disappointment about one specific issue that can be addressed and resolved. She's revealing deep structural entitlement. A fundamental belief system that your entire value as a man is measured purely by what you provide materially and practically. A woman who genuinely loves you will see meaningful effort where others see only imperfection and failure. You could bring her a simple cup of coffee in the morning and she'll smile like you just built her a castle with your bare hands. Because authentic love magnifies gratitude, but the selfish kind, the entitled kind, the transactional kind, you could literally move mountains for her and she'll still ask, with barely concealed disdain, is that all? Is that really the best you can do? And that's the psychological breaking point where men shatter. They keep trying desperately to impress her, to fix whatever they think is broken, to finally make her happy and satisfied and grateful. But brother, some people fundamentally cannot be satisfied. Ever. Not because you're insufficient or inadequate, but because their heart is structurally wired for taking, not building. Give me time to know you first. At first encounter, this phrase sounds completely harmless, even sweet and reasonable and mature. You think she's being appropriately cautious. Maybe she's been hurt badly before and just wants to move slowly this time. But here's what most men completely fail to understand about female psychology. When a woman truly likes you, when she genuinely feels powerful attraction and connection, she doesn't need extended time for evaluation. She needs clarity about your intentions. When she says, give me time to know you properly, what she often actually means underneath the diplomatic language is I'm not particularly sure about you yet, but I don't want to completely lose the option you represent. She's not genuinely trying to build something meaningful and lasting with you. She's trying to keep you emotionally warm, on standby, in her rotation, while she makes her real choice elsewhere. While she explores other options with men she's actually excited about. And that dynamic is psychologically dangerous for you because it traps you in relationship limbo. Stuck between something and nothing, you start investing significant energy, time, emotional attention, patiently waiting for her to decide whether you're worth committing to. But decisions based purely on convenience, on backup planning, never lead to genuine commitment. She's holding you in standby mode while her heart and genuine attention are focused elsewhere. When a woman genuinely loves you, when she's truly attracted, she doesn't need months of careful analysis and evaluation. She feels it viscerally, immediately. The woman who truly wants you romantically will make time for you. She'll prioritize you. The woman who doesn't actually want you romantically will ask for time from you. So when she says, give me time to get to know you first, don't argue about it. Don't chase harder. Just step back completely and observe her subsequent behavior. Because if she genuinely sees your value, if attraction is actually there, she'll find her way back to you quickly. But if she doesn't, your strategic absence will reveal her truth far faster than your persistent presence ever could. My ex wasn't that bad like you. Listen very carefully because this sentence is a loaded psychological weapon designed to inflict maximum damage. The precise moment she brings her ex into your current relationship dynamic, she's not innocently comparing past experiences for context. She's deliberately, calculatedly diminishing you. she's weaponizing her past to shift the present power dynamic decisively in her favor. A woman who's truly moved on emotionally from her past relationships doesn't constantly talk about her ex. She doesn't bring him up in arguments. She doesn't use him as a reference point. When she says, "My ex wasn't that bad like you," or "My ex never would have done something like this," what she's really communicating underneath the surface is, "You've lost my respect completely, so now I'll hurt you deliberately to reclaim power and control in this dynamic." It's a dominance move, pure and simple. It's specifically, strategically designed to make you doubt yourself, question your value, feel fundamentally inferior and inadequate. Most men fail catastrophically right at this critical moment. They take the bait, they start defending themselves, proving how they're better than the ex. But a high-value man understands that once comparison and weaponized nostalgia enter the relationship dynamic, genuine respect has already permanently left it. A woman who truly loves you doesn't measure you against her past. She protects you from it. So when she deliberately uses her ex as an emotional weapon, understand that's not healthy communication. That's contamination. That's poison being deliberately injected into the relationship to kill it from the inside. I'm not ready for something serious. Let's be completely, brutally real about what this phrase actually means. When a woman tells you this, she's not being confused or uncertain about relationships in general or commitment as a concept. She's being crystal clear about you specifically. She's not saying she's not ready for love or commitment in her life. She's saying she's not ready for you. Because that same exact woman who tells you today, "I'm not ready for something serious," will meet another man a month from now and suddenly be planning her entire future with him. It's never actually about timing. It's always about desire. When she truly feels something powerful for you, when genuine attraction and love are present, she doesn't hold back emotionally. She leans into it courageously, despite the fear and uncertainty. But the "I'm not" ready woman is strategically building emotional distance while simultaneously keeping full access to your energy, your attention, your emotional labor, your resources. She wants all the benefits without the accountability that comes with genuine commitment. And that's the critical inflection point where a high-value man must rise above his emotions and see reality with absolute clarity. Because you'll be powerfully tempted to wait, to be endlessly patient, hoping desperately she'll eventually come around and recognize your value. But every single day you wait for someone who's fundamentally unsure about you, who doesn't choose you clearly, you betray yourself a little more. So when she says, "I'm not ready for something serious," don't negotiate. Don't try to convince her through logic or emotional appeals. Simply nod, respect her clearly stated truth, and walk away with your dignity completely intact. Because your worth as a man isn't sitting around passively waiting to be discovered by someone ambivalent and uncertain. Your worth is waiting to be recognized instantly by someone who sees it the moment you walk into her life. Now let's go deeper into why these phrases are so psychologically damaging. When she compares you to other men, she's attacking your status and competence. Status and competence are fundamental to male self-worth. When your own woman suggests you're losing that competition, it triggers deep shame and inadequacy. When she makes love conditional, she's attacking your agency and autonomy. Men need to feel like they're choosing to give, not being coerced into it. When she keeps score, she's attacking your adequacy as a provider. When she asks for time, she's attacking your desirability. When she weaponizes her ex, she's attacking your position as the dominant male in her life. When she says she's not ready, she's attacking your long-term value. Each attack targets a different aspect of masculine psychology, and over time, the cumulative effect is the complete destruction of your confidence and self-worth. You start believing you're not good enough. You start operating from scarcity and fear rather than abundance and strength. Breaking this cycle requires recognizing it early and refusing to enter it in the first place. The moment you detect the pattern beginning, you have to address it immediately and decisively. Here's your action plan. Start paying attention to the language your woman uses. Does she build you up or tear you down? Does she express gratitude or entitlement? The answers tell you everything. If the pattern is negative, have one clear conversation where you express your boundaries, not from anger, but from calm clarity. Then observe what changes. If her behavior improves and stays improved, good. You've course corrected. If her behaviour doesn't improve, or if it improves temporarily but regresses, you have definitive clarity. She's shown you who she is. Believe her. Your relationship should make your life better, not worse. It should add value, not drain it. And if it's not doing that, if your woman is consistently using these phrases that diminish and disrespect you, then the relationship is already over. You're just in denial about it. You can either accept this reality and take decisive action, or you can live in denial and let this toxic dynamic slowly destroy you. Walking away is never easy. But let me tell you what's harder. Staying for another year, another 5 years, slowly watching yourself become a shell of the man you could have been, slowly dying inside while pretending everything is fine. That's real suffering. A clean break is painful, but it heals. A slow death never heals. You deserve a woman who sees your value and appreciates it, who respects you and builds you up. That woman exists, but you'll never find her if you're wasting your energy on the wrong one. So make the hard choice. Choose yourself. Choose your dignity. Set the boundaries. Enforce them. Be willing to walk away when they're not respected. Because a man who won't walk away from disrespect will never command genuine respect. This is your wake-up call. You now have the knowledge. The only question is, what will you do with it? Choose wisely. Choose courageously. Choose yourself.